A German shepherd stormed into the hospital alone, the automatic doors slamming open as he bore a bleeding little girl across his broad back, and the entire went breathless. Doctors froze mid-step, nurses dropped their charts and phones rang unanswered, while visitors gasped and stepped back in stunned silence. One nurse, Laura, moved forward with trembling hands and a steadying voice, while the dog lowered himself and let the child slide gently to the tile, then stood over her with a low warning growl, as if to say no one touches her unless they mean to help. Medics swarmed Dr. Pamir's, barking for fluids and large bore 444. The monitors screamed, and at one point a nurse shouted, "She's barely breathing." Chama Bay now, as oxygen and frantic hands fought to pull life back into her chest. Grainy footage later showed the shepherd emerging from the woods behind the hospital, purposeful and carrying her the whole way. A search turned up a ripped tarp, empty cans, dried blood, and a tiny shoe whose twin was still on her foot. All night Shadow refused food and rest, curling at her bedside and growling when strangers came near, until dawn when a soft gasp, fluttering eyelids, and the cracked whisper, Shadow, made his eyes soften and his nose press her hand. Through tears, she named an uncle who had turned violent and left her hurt, and police caught the man hours later with her belongings in his bag. The story spread like wildfire, and news outlets called it a miracle, but what mattered most was simple. The girl begged, "Please, he stays with me." No one had a heart to refuse. Today, Shadow lies at her side in foster care at St. Mercy General, a quiet guardian whose single night of courage became a story people still tell whenever they need to believe that love crosses every boundary.